How's it going, everybody? It's Sick here, back again with TA3 Productions and Vindictive Gaming, and today we're going to teach you how to build a mansion, or a big house. I don't know if it's going to be a mansion, but a big house on Minecraft. So as you can see on my left here is my huge mansion, the middle there is my semi-big mansion, and then to the far right is my humongous hotel. So I do have experience building the much larger scale houses, I guess you can consider. But I wanted to do this because a lot of people are still asking for my world downloads with my mansion, of course, and in my new mansions, and in a lot of other stuff. But like I told you in the past, I can't really do that just because I'm on Xbox One now, and there's no support for it. So what way to bring a mansion to you is to give you a tutorial, and let's build your own. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. I'm pretty much gonna stick to a block that I've never used before on a mansion, so I'm gonna use quartz. I think quartz looks good in just about every texture pack. This one not so much, but it should look good in just about any other one, so I think it'll look good. So let's go ahead and get this started. First off, we're gonna set a balcony, or like a, I don't know if you could consider it like a porch or something. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're gonna start with 10 blocks, just going straight across, and it should be pretty easy, pretty simple like that. Everything starts simple, right? And then we're gonna get a little bit more complicated. So go right behind it, go out one, so this should be 12 blocks across, and then we're gonna go ahead and do that one more time, just so it looks good. We're gonna pretty much kind of simulate a half circle somewhat. So go one more time, and then once we get to this one, I think we're just gonna go back 3. So once we do this, we're gonna go ahead and go 1, 2, 3, and then go all the way across, and then go ahead and close up all these blocks with the quartz as well. Later on, I think we're gonna change this to a different block, but for now we're gonna set the porch. That way we can get our foundation going, and then it should be pretty easy after this. So next, we're going to go ahead and create some balcony stairs. So we're going to go ahead and grab some quartz stairs. You can use any kind of stairs you want, but I personally like everything to match, so I'm going to go ahead and go with some quartz. So skip the first block here and go on the last 3, just like this. And then we're going to go ahead and enclose it with some quartz blocks. Make sure to get it on the end there, and then go all the way across. And then once we get to the other side, we're going to extend 1. And we're going to go ahead and enclose it here with the 1, 2, 3. And now we got our stairs going. It's easy, right? See, everybody's doing it. Everybody's doing a great job. So let's go ahead and find our door. So to find our door, we're going to have to find the middle. And this is essential because you don't want your door to be all off and stuff like that. So the easiest way is just to go to the front and find the middle. Make sure you do this before you do any of the other stuff because it can get confusing. So grab any block you have. Personally, I have the stairs. Go ahead and count it out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and go to the other side as well. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And as you can see, these are our 2 middle blocks, and we're going to go ahead and follow them all the way to the back and grab us some glass. You could use any colored glass you want. I personally went with the white color pane glass. I don't know what the difference is. I kind of like the tint of it. But go ahead and put it on the quartz blocks for now, and make sure you're in the middle. And if you are, go ahead and put some behind there and remove these 2, because you don't want these on the porch. You want your door behind the porch. And then on each side of the glass blocks, we're going to go ahead and go up 3. So add 1 on this side and on this side, and then we're going to go up 2 and then go across. That way we have our door, because obviously Minecraft doors are just normal. I don't want to build a humongous door like on other builds, but for now we're going to go with this one. Make sure to remove all your excess blocks if you did put those there, or if you just wanted to count, you didn't need those there. But now we're going to go ahead and go up 9, so each level counts as 1. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. At the top here, we're going to just add 2 to round it out, because nobody likes a square building. Now we're going to go ahead and add some pillar blocks. These will add nice little characters so you don't stick to the same block. If you are using different blocks, just make sure to pick a nice beautiful block to add as a pillar. You can use any kind, like a stone or something like that. And go ahead and make sure you go all the way up. You don't have to necessarily count, but make sure you go to the top here. And then once you get to the top, I think we're going to use some quartz blocks to go back to our normal color. This is just going to act as a pillar. And yeah, so we're going to go ahead and close this up, and make sure you add the nice little element of it making a curve, so you're going to miss that block right there. And yeah, now it looks nice, right? So this is going to be our front door here. This is what starts it all. This is everything. So because I think we're going to add a porch light, we're going to have to go up a couple more blocks. So go ahead and add in both sides here, and then I think we're going to go up 3. That's usually my good number. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna go with 3. You know what? Maybe let me see what these blocks look like. No, no, they look terrible. So stick to our quartz blocks. If you are using another filler block, go ahead and put it here. But I personally like this, and then we're gonna go up 1 level here, And I think we're going to go up one more just because that's a good little number. And right in the middle there is going to be our light. So go up one more. And as you can see, this is what it should look like. And now we're going to go ahead and add our light up here on the top. So we're going to go ahead and extend outwards just a couple of more blocks here and make sure to round it out. In the middle here will be actually where our light goes. So go ahead and add a 2x1 here. And we're going to go ahead and grab our light source. For me, I personally like to use the glowstone just because it seems like it gives off the most light. I'm not too sure how accurate that is, but I like using glowstone. And make sure to not put it in the hole. Make sure to put it above one. That way we can go back in and hide it. Because glowstone in this texture pack and most texture packs is pretty ugly, other than like City. And I don't like the 2x1, so we're going to go ahead and add a 2x2. That way it gives off more light. And yeah, looks nice. Next, we're going to focus on adding some pillars to the porch area. That way it looks a little bit more fancier. I don't know how you want to explain it, but basically we're going to grab some quartz blocks and extend each block on this area 2. So go ahead and go 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 and 1 2. That way it looks exactly the same, just extend it out 2 more. And on each of these corners we're going to go ahead and add a pillar. So what you want to do is not use that block. You're going to actually use the corner here where there's no block there. And we're going to go ahead and put it all the way down to the porch area. So make sure that all the quartz blocks or whichever block you're using is facing upwards. That way it looks a little bit more nicer. At the top here, make sure to correct that just so it looks a little bit better, you know. We're going to go in and hide those later, but who knows. I'm just very picky. Go ahead and put them all the way down, and that way you can see at the bottom here, there's 2 blocks in between the pillars, just like at the top. So it should be just like this. It looks nice. Okay, now I think we're going to go ahead and add 2 more. So go diagonally here. You're going to see the diagonal 1, 2, and then on the third one, we're going to go all the way up. So just go all the way up to the top. And you're going to see at the top that there's actually a space there. So not a problem. You didn't mess up. We're just going to go ahead and extend this out. And make sure to leave that pillar block there just because we know we got to hide that later. Okay, on the other side, we're going to go ahead and do the exact same thing. Make sure to extend out 1 and then go ahead and put your pillar down. That way it's going to look like a humongous, like, tall spider or something like that. I don't know. We're kind of like freestyling this build. And yeah, so go ahead and put this all the way down. And then at the top, make sure to fix that pillar block. And I think everything will look good. Yeah, see? So it looks the same on each side. And yeah, so now we can go ahead and start making our side panels or our windows. So if it looks like this, you're doing great. If it doesn't, you might want to go back and look. Next, we're going to go ahead and add in some areas up here because I don't like the way this looks. Make sure just to extend these out, and we're going to pretty much cover up all the pillars. So you can see at the front there's the pillars, but on the back side we want to cover everything up. So as long as these pillars get encased in this, it'll look very nice. So you can see how it looks on the sides here. Extend it out. Oh, not that one. This one. And then extend out and then all the way out. So the only ones that actually show are the ones in the very front. And we'll fix that later as well. But now it looks like, I don't know what you want to call that, but just trust me, it's going to look better. So go ahead and focus on the next ones. Make sure to be on the quartz blocks or on your porch here. And we're going to go ahead and fill all the way up to the top. That way we can put some nice big windows in. So make sure to fill it all the way up. And make sure you're up 1. Do not be the back area back there with that pillar because we're going for dimension. We're trying to make it a little bit differently on the back side here. So all the way up, and yeah, it should be just like this. On the other side, duplicate it identical. So I'm gonna go ahead and speed this up real quick. That way we don't show any boring stuff on this video. I'm just kidding. Now this is what you should have. This is a start of a nice big building. And yeah, it looks like it needs some windows. Otherwise, it's going to look like a prison. So let's go ahead and add some windows on each side. So go ahead and go up 1 and then go ahead and knock out 5 blocks. 5 blocks is a pretty good starter window. And I think we're going to go with some panes. Make sure to not use the block of glass because that just looks so boring. Make sure to use the panes. And for me, like I said before, I'm going with the white colored panes. I don't know what you would call them. I forgot totally. But the white panes. And then at the other side, do the exact same thing. Make sure to go up 1 and then go ahead and delete all 5 for the window. And yeah, it's starting to look like a house now. It's not looking like a prison or an insane asylum. I don't know which one you want to call it. But yeah, at the bottom here, I think we're going to go ahead and change this out. We're going to put in some upside down stairs to give it a nice little feel, just like that. It looks kind of like a window casing. And the small little details, you know, that looks so much better than that ugly block. Oh, and make sure to not put it upside down because that won't look as great. And at the top here, we're going to do the exact same thing, just the opposite of what you have on the bottom. We don't want to do it like this because it just doesn't look right. You see how it looks weird? So we're going to go ahead and put them right side up, and that way it has that small little hole right in the middle. And yeah, that looks good. I like the way the windows are coming out. Looks great. But it's still looking a little bland in some areas, so we're going to go ahead and add a kind of like a casing. This is usually where my walls will actually split up, so go ahead and put them upside down and then right side up, and you can see it looks nice. It looks like a nice little border kind of thing. And but what it's actually doing is hiding the back side, so a lot of people will worry about what they look like in the inside, and I'll give you a little preview of what it looks like. So back here you can see right at where the window stops, this is going to be the ceiling. On the back side you can see the casing there actually covering up where the split will be, so this will be the ceiling and this will actually be the floor to the next floor. So you can see that there's a little gap there. I always do 3 because I like to hide my light, so I put the light above the ceiling and then put the hider block in there. That way you always have room. So it should look just like this, and that's exactly where the room or the floors will split. But yeah, so that looks good for now. Let's go ahead and spice up this porch area. It's not looking the greatest, so go ahead and grab your pillar block and some glass panes and stuff like that, and we're gonna go ahead and make this look a little bit nicer. Alright, so right here on the corner, go ahead and go up 2, and in the next corner spot go ahead and go up 2 as well, and at the corner of the front we want to do it as well. So you can see going up 2, and then right at the corner, and then go ahead and grab your panes and then fill those in, acting as a fence sort of thing. I don't know if you want to add it as a fence, but yeah, just like this. And go ahead and go all the way across. We're probably going to delete these, but I want to see what it looks like just for now. And it looks good, but you know, I like my front stairs, so go ahead and delete these. Make sure to push out 1, do not put it like outwards, and I mean push in 1, and then on this one we're actually going to add another pillar here. Grab your pillar block and just go up 2. That way it gives it a nice little feeling of it being connected. And yeah, looks good. How are you guys liking it? Go ahead and leave a like on this video if you're doing well and you're enjoying building this build. Hopefully everybody in the world will have this amazing big mansion. But yeah, let's go ahead and continue. We're going to go ahead and add a slab on top of our pillars. You can use any kind of slab you want. I personally always go with the stone slab because it looks very good with this, I don't know what you would call it, color palette. And later on in the build I actually use this as well because I just like to influence it, so it looks nice with it. And yeah, it's starting to look great together. And I think on the top there we can still see the light, and that's something I hate seeing, so we're gonna go ahead and kind of hide that up there at the top. So up here at the top we're gonna go ahead and go outward 1 with 3 blocks, so you can see just 1 outward, but we're trying not to deviate from the design up above, so make sure to not change it at all except for the very front here, which is where you can see the pillar. And like I said, I don't like showing the pillars, so yeah, so you can see it's 3 blocks tall but only pushed out 1. Out here in the front we're just gonna, this is where we change it up a little bit, and we go out 4, and make sure to go out to 3 and then close it in here. That way later on we could add the roof and it'll be a lot easier. And it looks like we've got a problem here, so this is what you don't want to do, is extend it. You want to stay with the design up top, and then easiest way is to come to the bottom like this and push down 2 on each one. That way it's a lot easier. You don't mess up from the design up top. And once you do that, go ahead and come under here, because like I said, even when you're downstairs you can see and look up, so you don't want to make it look all crappy. So down here we're gonna go ahead and close it in, but make sure to not cover up your light. And yeah, do it just like this, not these 2 here, and put 2 at the top there, and then close the 2 on the back side. And looks nice. See, there we go, we have the light, and now we don't see the light anymore. See how nicer it looks? On the side here it actually looks like it messed up, but we'll close this in, and ta-da, we're done. So this episode is pretty much over, and if you're enjoying this episode, please leave this video a good thumbs up and a like, and hopefully next time you guys will come back and watch this second episode and continue building this humongous and amazing mansion. And once this video hits 35 likes, the next episode will come out, so go ahead and leave a like here and leave a comment to let me know what the feedback is on this new series. So hopefully you guys have a great day, and until next time guys, later.